cheating is romantic in movies and TV shows. Yep. Yep, it is. There recently was a movie released that's apparently based on a book, Wuthering Something, but for some odd reason, the book and the movie are very different. In the book, the female lead doesn't cheat. In the movie, she does. This is by Jason McBason. That's an interesting name. That rhymes. The Lord of Rhymes. That even got a heart-shaped like. That's interesting. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. We're gonna look at this. This is gonna be probably really horrible. Yep. Titanic, cheating. That new movie, cheating. It's a lot of cheating. A lot of cheating is involved. Most female romance movies are a lot of cheating. I don't know why. Maybe it is some kind of secret fantasy to cuck your husband. Who knows?
Hey world, stop cheating on people. Stop it. Stop. There. Now that that's taken care of. I have never cheated on a romantic partner. The only things I cheat on.
Neither did I. I have, however, been getting cheated on a lovely number of twice. Which is why I'm now avoiding love at all costs, because I'm not doing that again. Never again. Run from it.
Are games, schoolwork, and taxes. Not only would I never want to put someone through the painful experience of being cheated on, but also cheating is just too much damn work.
It's really fun. Permanent damage to everything, right? Because not only do you call in question the loyalty of, like, future partners, you also call in question the loyalty of everyone else. Because if the person you're supposed to be marrying is doing that to you, what is everyone else up to? At least that's the conclusion I arrived at. Not only that, they're out there like, you must heal from this. You must heal from this. You cannot heal distrust in a relationship outside of a relationship. Isn't that fun? Right? Because in order to heal that, you must be with somebody that does not do that, which doesn't happen. Not for me, at least.
To sneak around and hide your text messages and have an alibi for every mysterious disappearance. Cheating in real life isn't like
That's also not really worth it as a man, because most men are really incompetent at it. I'm speaking from experience in my own family. Most men are really incompetent when it comes to cheating. Now, women get caught less, right? It's not that men cheat more. It's more so that men get caught more, because statistically, right, young women cheat more than young men. And then when they get older, right, it reverses. Older men cheat more than older women. It's really interesting. It's really fascinating how that, like, twists and changes around after that. Weird. But yeah, but the difference is really just like a percentage. Like, they're pretty much equal almost, right? They're pretty much equal. It's like literally, like, especially when young, it's like almost, there's barely any difference. The cheating pretty much the same.
cheating in a video game where you just press X triangle O left O X. It's more like XOXO. And it bothers me when entertainment romanticizes cheating because it's taking something that's serious, hurtful, and immoral and making it seem romantic, funny, and cute. And I don't like how it makes you, the audience, root for the cheaters because they're the main characters. So in this episode of my series, Talking Topics, I want to explore how some media
Nah, I'm literally just like, die. You must die. Like, I wanted Jax to survive and she to drown. Too bad we never got that ending. Sag.
romanticizes and trivializes the idea of cheating. Now, I evaluate cheating in media roughly on 4 dimensions. First is the type of cheating. Where does it fall on the spectrum of light flirting to full-blown physical relations? Are we talking about flirtatious yakking, a little bit of macking, or body parts smacking? Second is the framing. How is the cheating presented? What's the tone? Is it lighthearted or serious? Do characters recognize the wrongness of their behavior? Do they face consequences for their actions? Third is the justification. Usually the cheating is depicted as bad on some level, but there's an attempt to justify it with extenuating circumstances. Fourth is the necessity. How important is the cheating to the story trying to be told? Because obviously cheating is used as a plot device to add tension and conflict. I don't think writers put cheating into their stories just because they love cheating or something. It's used to heighten the drama. Now, the example that first got me thinking about this is Jim and Pam in The Office. If you remember from the 10 times you've rewatched the show, in the first 2 seasons...
Is it bad that I've never watched it? Guys, tell me, is it bad that I never watched this? I've never watched The Office. Like, I know of its existence, but I've never watched it.
Pam is in a relationship with Roy, and Jim is in a relationship with a blow-up doll. Now, even though Jim and Pam are basically each other's work husband and wife, at the end of the day, Pam is committed to her relationship with Roy because they're engaged, whereas Jim is clearly hankering for a bit of a wham bam thank you Pam. The type of cheating between Jim and Pam is mostly non-physical. It's more along the lines of emotional cheating. It's them spending a lot of time together, joking and being playful with each other, with the occasional moment of extra meaningful eye contact, all while knowing full well that they're both into each other, even though it's never been said out loud. For the most part, they keep it just kosher enough that they can maintain plausible deniability about what they're doing. But there are some moments that are more obviously crossing a line. Grabbing hands, Jim play fighting with Pam and picking her up, Jim saying they had a date.
Some might even say we had our...
Yeah, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Yep. Especially the picking up one. Yeah, that's a red flag.
first date last night.
Pam gets drunk and kisses Jim in the first episode of season 2.
That is definitely, that's cheating. That's just cheating, straight up, right? It doesn't matter. Cheating is cheating. Evil is evil. It's that simple, no matter how small it may be. That's definitely, however, cheating. That is a kiss, buddy.
Which I had completely forgotten about. I was surprised they did something so bold right at the start of season 2. Then of course at the end of season 2, we get the biggest line crossing of all, with Jim confessing his feelings to Pam, getting turned down, and then kissing her anyway. Nobody is even drunk. Except probably Meredith somewhere. The way the show frames Jim and Pam's cheatery behavior is mixed. On the one hand, it's obvious that we're supposed to be rooting for them to get together. They're likable characters, they have chemistry together, they're into each other, and they'd be good in a relationship with each other. Their interactions with each other.
Not me. I've never seen this. Here's my objective opinion. Bring him to me. Bring her to me, Wood Chipper-chan. Anyways.
Are for the most part funny, cute, and a little romantic. But then there are moments where the show casts a negative light on their behavior. Angela subtly scolds Pam for her relationship with Jim.
I count how many times Jim gets up from his desk and goes to reception to talk to you.
Roy catches Jim getting a bit too touchy-feely with Pam and confronts him.
Try to cup a feel or something, Hopper?
And there are several times where Pam pulls back when Jim is being too forward. When Jim is play fighting with her, she gets uncomfortable at being caught flirting so obviously.
Oh my god, hey, put me down. Hey!
Pam rejects Jim's attempt to label their time together as a date.
Some might even say we had our first date last night.
I have some taxes to get out.
When she senses Jim is about to reveal his feelings on the booze cruise, she walks away.
I'm cold.
So there is some acknowledgement that what they're doing is inappropriate. To justify the cheating, the show uses a couple of old standbys. The first, and the one that's almost always used to justify cheating in entertainment, is that Jim and Pam are just so good together. They're so into each other. They might be happier together. I guess cheating is fine if it's with someone you really, really like. Babe, I cheated on you with an...
Or, the guy isn't necessarily optimal, right? That she's already with, right? Because men never write these stories, really, right? Men, it's like interesting, right? Men are never put in these stories, right? They're usually the one being cheated with, but they're not the one cheating, usually, in like these more romantic settings, right? If they are cheaters, they're just straight up, flat out cheaters. That's that.
Another guy. What? I can't believe you would do that to me. No, I really like him. We're good together. Oh, well that's fine. Why didn't you say that? I should have said that first. Please, proceed. The second justification is that Pam's current relationship is lacking. This is also a staple of the romanticized cheating trope. It's okay that they're exploring romance with someone else because their current partner isn't that good anyway. In this case, it isn't just that Pam's relationship is unfulfilling, but also that Roy is specifically a bad partner. Maybe not straight up toxic, but he certainly has his share of negative qualities. This is supposed to kinda let Pam off the hook for flirting with Jim and kinda let us, the audience, off the hook for wanting her to flirt with Jim.
Yeah, that's like the justification is a bad relationship. But here's the thing, right? If you think this further, what if the relationship with the other guy gets boring as well? Is it then justified that she cheats again? Then again, it's like, people want to use nuance on this. I want to use a skateboard to their head.
Third justification is that Pam is drunk when she kisses Jim, because I guess whatever happens when you're drunk doesn't count. You know, alcohol, it's like a portable...
Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. I remember that. Alcohol used as a justification. I remember that very, very well. Very, very well. I'm a victim.
Vegas. What happens in the drunk zone stays in the drunk zone. Now, as for the necessity of the cheating, I don't think it's really needed. The core premise of Jim and Pam's situation is fine. I actually like it. A guy pining after his coworker who's already taken while she's in an unsatisfying relationship. I think each of their situations are individually relatable to a lot of people. This has never happened to me, but it's probably a common occurrence that someone has a crush on a person who is already in a relationship. That probably happens all the time. So I'm not opposed to the premise here, but it could have been handled in a way that doesn't feel like the characters are crossing a line. First off, they could have toned down the flirting and especially not had them kiss each other, but also they could have done the whole will they won't they storyline without Pam being in a relationship. Like maybe Pam and Roy break up and then Jim makes a move on Pam and says, "Hey, so I actually like you. You want to go out sometime?" And then Pam says, "Oh, I don't think I'm ready to date again yet." And boom, there you go. There's the conflict that prevents Jim and Pam from getting together immediately. That's a whole season's worth of tension right there. Jim trying to slowly win over Pam after her breakup. It's not exactly the same dynamic, but it's pretty close, and it's not problematic. I don't know why the writers didn't reach out to me about this. I was available. I was a kid, but I was available. The movie Something Borrowed is...
Oh god. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the next tour shit. That's gonna be very interesting. Let's see where that goes. Oh god.
actually about cheating, and by coincidence, it also has John Krasinski. I guess you could say this is
I guess it is his forte.
part of the John Krasinski cheating cinematic universe, the JKCCU. And you know, The Office was still airing when this movie came out, so John Krasinski was spending time with a movie while he already had a TV show. Isn't that interesting? But to be fair, he isn't the one cheating in this movie. The two main characters, Rachel and Dex, are longtime friends who are secretly in love with each other but have never confessed it, and Dex is engaged to Rachel's best friend, Darcy.
I love you, Rachel.
So one night after Rachel's
She could have just said, "I'm gonna fuck your husband." Pretty much.
birthday party, she and Dex end up having a drink together, and things start to get flirty.
Now I remember why I had such a crush on you in law school.
No, you didn't.
Oh, come on, you knew. God, if we could do anything, be anything, what would you do? What would you be?
I'd be a teacher.
Well, you might not get to be a teacher, but you do get to be a cheater, which, hey, same letters at least. So they go home with each other, and let's just say
Cheater, teacher. I mean, I'm dropping out of college. Stop. If that's my fate, it's over.
it is bang o'clock in Doinkville. And the way this movie frames cheating is kind of all over the place. After sleeping together, Rachel expresses regret about it to her friend Ethan, John Krasinski, and wouldn't you know it, old Cheatster McGee from The Office supports Rachel's decision to cheat.
I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, I guess I'm impressed, actually. I didn't think you had it in you.
That's what she said.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
Why? Nobody's married yet. And hey, I can see you guys together. If the roles were reversed, Darcy wouldn't even hesitate.
What the hell kind of logic is that? Hey, you know, even though your friend has
Hey, the roles are reversed. Your friend would cheat on you. She has never exerted such behavior, but who knows? What is this? What is this? What is this? Were these made by women? Is this woman slop?
never slept with your boyfriend, hypothetically, she probably would, so it's okay to sleep with her boyfriend. And even if you're Rachel and you agree with that take, why are you best friends with someone who's such a scumbag that you think they'd sleep with your boyfriend? Hey Rachel, just move on. The man's taken. There are plenty more fish in the sea. I mean, hell, you got a big tuna right in front of you.
Hey, big tuna.
The scenes where Rachel and Dex are secretly spending time together are romantic and sweet, but then there are moments where the movie moralizes about the cheating. Rachel is racked with guilt about all of it throughout the movie, to the point where she even almost confesses to Darcy.
I have to tell you something. Something I've done.
And at one point, Dex's father senses what's going on and lectures him about it.
What you want. Well, the problem with that expression is that it's frequently at odds with what's right. Now, whatever's going on between you and that girl, you stop it now.
Then finally, it's revealed that Darcy has been cheating on Dex, and then Darcy finds out that Rachel and Dex have been seeing each other. Rachel and Darcy
What is this? The cheating quartet. No, triangle. The cheating triangle. Everyone cheats with everyone. Are the girls cheating with each other now? What is happening?
have a falling out, but Rachel and Dex end up together. So Rachel does at least face consequences for cheating by losing her best friend, but then she and Dex still end up happily ever after together. And a lot of the comedic moments in the movie are based on these quirky scenes where Rachel and Dex are trying not to get caught cheating. Ooh, so wacky.
Should I answer it?
What? No, don't.
The movie offers several justifications for the cheating. The first is that the two of them, obviously, are better for each other than the other partner. Another is that Rachel and Dex knew each other before Darcy met Dex and were already into each other before Darcy entered the picture. Another is that Darcy is depicted as a licentious lady who would probably cheat anyway. And then to confirm that, Darcy actually does cheat on Dex. Man, what a terrible group of friends. Everyone's either cheating or encouraging others to cheat. Now, as for the necessity, considering this movie is partly about cheating, I would say it's pretty necessary in order to tell the story. The problem is that the movie wants to have a kind of serious exploration of cheating while simultaneously trying to be a traditional rom-com, and I just don't know if those two things are really compatible. The more insidious type of romanticized cheating is when the overall tone is more lighthearted and whimsical, like in You've Got Mail. If you're unfamiliar, the movie You've Got Mail is called You've Got Mail because when you get email on AOL, a voice says, "You've got mail." You've got mail. And the text notification that pops up on screen to let you know you've got mail says, "What else? You have mail." Why? Make it say you've got mail. This is like when subtitles don't match what the person on screen is saying. Does it really matter? Well, no, but also yes. It does and it doesn't. It's not a big deal, but it's also kind of the most annoying thing in the whole world. So the two main characters, Joe and Kathleen, are in relationships. Joe lives with his girlfriend and Kathleen lives with her boyfriend. The two of them meet online and strike up a friendship that they can both tell is getting romantic. And the movie doesn't play coy with the fact.
So this time it's at least two cheaters. Okay. Let's see where this goes.
Fact that it's about cheating.
Is it infidelity if you're involved with someone on email?
The characters don't ever do anything physical with each other.
Yeah, I'm just on Tinder. I'm just chatting with others. I'm not doing anything. I'm not meeting up with anybody. Not cheating at all. Cope. Before there was Tinder, there was emails.
Until after they've ended their relationships, so the movie at least has that going for it. The problem with the movie is that the infidelity is portrayed in such a lighthearted, quirky way. The movie opens up with the two main characters giddily waiting for their partners to leave for work so they can run to their computers and resume their secret chat with each other. And the tone of the scene is like so playful and fun. Like, listen to the music. Cheating on your partner when they're going to work. Oh yeah. And so throughout the movie, they're having these very open-hearted conversations with each other through email and instant messaging. By the way, this is a pet peeve of mine when movies and shows depict conversations from the instant messaging days, and people are typing with perfect spelling, grammar, and punctuation, double spaced. Are you kidding me? And it's extra insane when it's kids messaging each other. Let me tell you, as someone who lived through the instant messaging days, that is not what it was like. The way most people typed was barely legible. Now, of course, the main justification.
Well, I use punctuation. It's not always perfect, but I use it. It makes it look better. More clean, more sanitized, more professional. I prefer it.
Occasion for the cheating here is that these two characters are so good together. And also, it's fine that Kathleen is cheating on her boyfriend because he's a dork.
Don't you have another one of these at your apartment?
I might.
That you wrote a column about?
Yes.
The movie surprisingly doesn't use the bad partner justification, at least not at first. Neither Joe's girlfriend nor Kathleen's boyfriend is a Roy. Joe even admits his relationship is fine.
I love Patricia. Patricia's amazing.
And yet they are still exploring other options. By the way, I forgot Dave Chappelle is in this movie. I don't know, I just thought that was weird. It's like if you watched The Notebook and John Mulaney was in the movie. The biggest justification for their infidelity comes later in the movie when Joe and Kathleen both realize that their partners are not right for them. But that's after they've already been having secret conversations and meetups with each other. And to make it even worse, the cheating angle really isn't necessary here. You could remake this movie with the characters being single and it would be like 95% the same movie. The fact that they're both in relationships is supposed to be this roadblock that prevents them from getting together sooner to draw out the tension. But there's already a natural roadblock to meeting in person just due to the fact that they're strangers who met on the internet. They would still.
True. Also, wasn't that just like a fake name? So like, it would be really difficult. Hey, at least they break up still, so that's fine. But like, no, still cheating.
be hesitant to meet each other even if they were single. And spoiler alert, they meet up anyway halfway through the movie. So it doesn't seem like the time frame of them meeting up would be much different if they were single. Most of the tension and conflict in the movie doesn't come from the cheating. It comes from the fact that they're strangers on the internet and, as they eventually learn, they're both rival booksellers. The cheating is just this extra little bit of drama they sprinkle on top that barely factors into the story anyway. So why put it in there? Just so you can show these cute moments of them sneaking around behind their partner's backs? And then we've got the Love Actually dude with the cue cards. If you haven't seen Love Actually, this woman realizes that her husband's best friend is secretly in love with her. So he decides to show up at their home and pour his heart out to her.
Oh, hello. What are you doing? Go back to Walking Dead. Thank you.
On a bunch of cue cards while the husband is sitting inside, oblivious to what's going on. Then when he's finished, she kisses him on the lips. What if the husband had opened the door instead of her? And then he's like, dude, why are you holding a boombox and 20 cue cards? Romanticized cheating even shows up in kids' movies. Enchanted is about two people in relationships falling for each other.
How do I look?
You look beautiful.
They obviously end up with each other.
You are cheating. It is romanticized. I'm just curious as to why the choice was made to make it romanticized. That's the question I'm having. Because it's like, it's not really cute, right? It's not. I want more movies of where the childhood friend wins. That would be pretty cool.
And the movie's attempt to make it okay is to make the other halves fall in love with each other. So everybody ends up with somebody in the end. But that doesn't change the fact that the two main characters were still allowing romantic feelings to develop between the two of them up until that point. There are other notable examples of romanticized cheating: The Notebook, Titanic, every Hallmark movie. It's frustrating because I do think media shapes culture, and so romanticized cheating storylines do help normalize the idea of cheating, or at least makes it feel like a smaller.
It is already normalized. See, the problem with social behavior is that it's enabled if everyone else around you does it, right? If everyone else around you steals, you are more inclined to steal as well, which is interesting, right? It's like bad behavior is socially contagious, which means that if the people around you, right, your friends around you, are cheaters, there is a more likely chance that you are cheating, which is funny because that happened with one of my exes. That exactly happened, right? More like it's just like if they're surrounded by cheaters, if they're surrounded by bad people, they're more likely, even if they're not right now, they're more likely turn out to be bad eventually. That's unfortunate problem. Social behavior is contagious. If you so will, cheating is contagious.
Issue than it really is. Also, the implication is always that the cheaters who got together lived happily ever after, which obviously doesn't always happen in the real world. Like, it's a relationship founded on cheating. Even if you're a person like Jim, where you're not the one cheating on anybody, but you start a relationship.
It's also like, they're multiple times offenders, right? Because it's up there in the head, right? They lack impulse control. That's the problem. And, most of the time, they're doing it multiple times. And also, like, really? You're gonna date somebody that left somebody else for you, so eventually they can leave you for somebody else as well? Funny.
Relationship with someone who is cheating on somebody, wouldn't you be worried that they could do that to you? If your significant other was willing to cheat on their last partner, they might be willing to cheat on you. But what also bothers me beyond the normalization of cheating is that just on an entertainment level, romanticized cheating makes it harder to enjoy media. I like the stuff I'm talking about here. Well, Something Borrowed sucks, but the other stuff is good. Something Borrowed? I wish I could borrow back the time I wasted watching this crap. But I like The Office, and You've Got Mail, and Love Actually, and Enchanted, and this will probably get my man card revoked, but I even like The Notebook. But I don't want to root for characters who are cheaters. If a story is supposed to be romantic or comedic or lighthearted, maybe don't go with a cheating storyline. You know, get more creative with how you stir up drama. Hey, if you want to see some more life-changing social commentary from me, check out this video.
Anyways, interesting. So basically, to summarize, cheating is normalized and romanticized in movies, which aids to it being normalized in real life. Pork found in the kitchen. Nothing new was discovered. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you cheat, I will find you and wear your balls as a necklace, or your ovaries. I don't know, something.